Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the FMB Podcast. Here we talk about finance, we talk about money, and we talk about business. If you are new to my channel or you are seeing my face for the very first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel because there's a lot for you to learn from this channel. All right, so what we are discussing today is four investment opportunity you can invest in Nigeria. Either you are living in Nigeria or you are in the diaspora and you are looking to what you can invest in Nigeria. All right, so this is promising to be very educative, and you know where to put your money if you are thinking of investing in Nigeria. So I'll see you after the intro.
FMB Podcast, everything finance, money, and business.
Welcome back, guys. Now we are going to talk about four investment opportunity that you can put in your money and you will get your return in Nigeria. All right, so the very first one on my list here is real estate. And over the years, you will have seen that real estate in Nigeria has become more popular, and you hear something like when you invest in real estate, you are actually investing in something that's going to give you return on investment, over the years. And there are several places you can invest in Nigeria. You can invest in Lagos, you can invest in Ogun State, you can invest in Oyo State, you can invest in Port Harcourt, you can invest in Abuja, or depending on location. I personally prefer to invest where you have people around, to help you monitor either you are buying a property building or you are buying a landed property. So it depends on whichever one you are buying. And again, when we talk about real estate, I want your mind to be wide enough to think about, it might be restaurant, it might be like a salon, it might be a landed property, it might be hotel, and whatever it is, So don't just limit yourself to buying land, accumulating land and stuff like that. You might buy structure, it depends on, the amount of money you have with you and what you are actually looking to achieve. But, one other thing that you have to consider when you are investing in real estate is the location. You consider the location, you consider what you want to do, and then you consider, very important, the legal requirements. You don't want to invest in where you don't want to invest in a location whereby the government will come, 5 years after and demolish the whole place, So make sure you do your research, engage a legal person to, help you with the due diligence. Go to the Ministry of Land or surveyor, get a surveyor to help you with all the necessary documents. This is the very first stage that will encourage you to do before you start to put your money. Make sure you do the legal requirements. It is very important when you are dealing with real estate. All right, so the second option is where I am more versatile in, which is the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So there are many opportunities. There are several companies you can invest in Nigeria if you are looking to, invest in Nigeria. So there are different sectors that are very promising. So in my notes here, I have you can invest in high revenue sectors such as the oil and gas, we have the banking, we have the manufacturing, we have the telecommunication, we have the industrial sector, So it depends on whichever sector that you want to invest in. For instance, I have done an equity research on Boa Cement, for instance. I think that was around 2020 or 2021 when they are starting a new plant around Camo, something like that. I can't remember the details. And their share price soared for over 50%. So if you are looking to invest in the industrial sector, that's fine. And the banking are really, really doing great. I saw the details of revenue made by the banking sector in Nigeria, which is really, really amazing. So, for instance, if you have any shares with GTB Bank, GTB paid about 20% um, as dividends this year. So, if you are looking to something that will give you um, a constant revenue annually where you can earn dividend. You can invest in the banking sector. Just make sure you do your due diligence about the company you are investing in. And last year, most of all these companies really raise IPO. IPO is what we call initial public offering. All right. So when bank want to raise capital, they invite new investor. They give rights issue. If you already have shares with the bank, they will give you rights issue, which is to buy more shares to what you already have. All right. So a lot of that went on last year. I know about Fidelity, GTB Bank, and others. Those are the ones that I can remember. And also, I have the telecommunication. I think you can invest in MTN, Airtel, Glo, any telecommunication company you want to invest in. All right, so the third one I have here is the agricultural investment, which is where I want us to spend more time because if you think about what most people are shouting in Nigeria now is the fact that they being power, that's the language that is being used, which is we are hungry, right? So, and then that just triggered me to this is an opportunity. Remember, in business, they say when you identify a problem and you solve it, that's where you make money, right? So this is a very big problem, and I know there are analysts that are suggesting to the government to declare state of emergency on food security in Nigeria because there's no food, right? And if there's no food, that is suggesting to the fact that there's no enough manufacturing or producing of food, and which is part of the agricultural sector. There's no food in the land, right? So what can you and I do, to make food available and make money, in the long run? Which is, can we invest in agriculture? And when I talk about investing in agriculture, in research of it, I used to talk about crop plantation, rearing of animals, but I was watching a video on YouTube a few weeks ago, and I saw a man that was explaining that if you are investing in the agricultural sector, you are not just investing. You can There are other ways you can invest. Rather than invest in food production or animal rearing and stuff like that. You can invest in food transportation, right? So if you get like a supplier from the north and you know how you can plan your logistics to supply from the north to the west, or to the south, or anywhere you are taking the southwest, southeast, anywhere you are taking the produce to, you can be doing that. Just buy from the north, supply to the south, and doing that, you can invest in that area. But the agricultural sector is really really promising based on what is going on, and what are the steps you need to take. Probably get a farmland. I think it will be better depending on whatever you want to produce: rice, tomato, vegetables, plantain, cash crops, or food produce. You can do your research in that direction, all right? So I'm not an agri person, but what I'm saying is the fact that there are opportunities because there's a problem in that sector. All right, and the last point that I have here with me is when you invest in SME, small and medium enterprise. All right, so how do you do that? You might have a friend who has an idea. For instance, just like the farming case that I mentioned, most people usually have issue with farm because you are in the diaspora. Who is going to monitor it for you? Who is going to be doing the up and down for the business or whatever? So my point really is that you can partner with somebody who is trustworthy, have a legal agreement between you, and then okay, you manage the business, you do this, you do that, or there's somebody who is pitching an idea to you in Nigeria that he has this business idea. You can fund the business idea, also monitoring it. How do we do the advertisement? How can we increase sales? All those stuff. How can we cut costs? Do we need to recruit more people? So you can also be like a director in the company, and you manage it together all through the stages of the business growing. Right. So four investment ideas that you can invest in Nigeria. The first one is the real estate. The second one is buying of shares. The third one is agriculture, and the very last one is supporting SME. Right. So if you found this video very helpful, kindly like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys. See you on another episode. Cheers.